Here on the Magic 102.3 and 92.7, the real sound of the DMV. We just had some muscles walk through this door that I wish I could borrow.
Me too.
Yeah, I'd play basketball again, bounce some people around in the lane again if I had this man's body. Former Redskin great Ken Harvey.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get my radio voice. Hold on. Yeah, hey, how you doing, man?
That's good.
Yeah,
I like that,
thank
man.
you very much.
You sound good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Good to see you again.
Man. It's good to see you too,
It's
man.
good, man.
You see, Tony wore a skin shirt in your honor.
I saw that.
Yep.
You know, I was kind of impressed. I was going to mention it, but I appreciate it. You're
My
a good
pleasure,
man.
of course.
You're a good man.
Gotta support.
You know, I like it.
Rick is a real Skins fan, but he didn't wear anything. He's kind of mad at the team the last
You know what?
20 years.
There's a lot to be mad about to build up, but as we said earlier, you got to keep the hope alive. You got to keep believing.
You know, maybe this year.
If the Eagles can win the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
anything's
there you go.
possible.
That's right. That's right.
Cleveland, anything's possible.
Yeah.
0-16, bro. We could go the other way. Who knows?
We'll collectively put our money
did you
together.
just say
and buy a
0 and
team.
16?
Hey, we could go the other way. Who knows? Who knows?
The
That's what
Redskins?
Cleveland. He said Cleveland, so I'm talking about Cleveland.
Okay,
Everyone
yeah,
else's
I was
team.
like,
Okay, I'm telling you,
really
man,
mad,
you
man.
really, I'm telling you.
Angry.
Do you like the addition of Alex Smith?
I don't think it's a step backwards. I mean, if you look at the team, I think the way they positioned Kirk was that it was hard for the team to follow behind him because every year you're saying this is going to be our guy, this is going to be our guy, but we don't believe in him enough to make him this is the guy we're going to pay all the money for. If you do that, you've kind of separated the team and said, well, we don't believe in him, but he's playing. You'll never have people following somebody that's not going to be there. So I don't think it's a step backward. I think talent-wise, he's going to probably get the job done. I think he'll be more of a high profile where he'll make some really good plays that are exciting that people will love, but he'll probably make some dumb plays too. But that's going to be, I tell somebody, it's like your third or fourth marriage, right? If sooner or later you got to look in the mirror and say, what am I doing? that may be the case.
I was wondering where you're going with that. Because it sounds personal.
One marriage, one wife.
Okay, my man.
But when you say stuff, you kind of come out your body and start realizing, I better be careful how I say this. But it's just, you got to look at yourself with that. And I think the organization, no matter who they get in, it's going to be what they decide to do to build on what they have. And that's been probably some of the issues before. I mean, last year was kind of a freaky anomaly because of accidents and people getting injured. But it's built up on every other year as the promise that this is going to be the team, this is going to be the team, this is going to be the team. And it never happened. So we'll see what happens.
Well, more important than what the Skins are going to do, what about them Cowboys? Do we see 0-16 for them maybe?
all the time, man. Look, they are a good team to a point, but they realize that they're not as good as they think they are. Their weakness, their strengths kind of overcompensated for their weaknesses. When injuries happen, your weaknesses become exposed. I think that happened with the Cowboys, and their weaknesses become exposed. And you can see, even though they had one of the top offensive line, that offensive line can slowly break down if the belief is not there in the team. And so, while they have the potential, and I think most teams have the potential to be great, I think Dallas's real weakness is probably their defense. And if they can't get that solidified, defense wins Super Bowls, and that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. All right.
I sounded like I was talking about, right?
You did. That was impressive. In a deep voice, too.
I'm trying to get my Barry White on. People at this station old enough to know that Barry White. Sure, you're right.
No question. Sure. You can hurt yourself trying to get down there with Barry.
Yeah, I know, right?
You don't want to do that.
Let me catch a cold.
Unless you get all the kids you want.
Don't strain.
Right?
All the kids you want. That's what it is.
But speaking of Cowboys and Skins, you got a very cool golf tournament coming up on Monday.
Yeah, so it's amazing, and in the history since I've been here, I've never really seen a Cowboys Redskins golf tournament, at least with the former players. And I know there was a big rivalry at one time, not so big now, but the rivalry's still kind of there. And so, when I put together a golf tournament where guys can still compete, make it almost like a football experience where you have one team playing against the other, you have a kind of a rival competition. One year we'll do it here, one year we'll do it in Dallas. Dallas.
Oh, that's cool.
And then whoever wins get to have the trophy. You get to keep the trophy for that year, and then try to compete again. And so this is the first one, and we think it's going to be a great one, and we'll go from there.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, man.
So it's next Monday.
It's next Monday, the 16th, and God willing, the weather will be great. I think I've been looking ahead.
We got a weatherman here.
Flip a coin, right?
Well, I just saw.
You know that's what he always did. He just looked out the window and then gave us a report.
Right, that's right. That's the best way to do it. I just saw a 7-day forecast that says Monday's going to be nice.
Yeah, I've seen the same one, and I'm believing it. Saturday, which is we're going to have kind of like a pre-day festival. And so from 3:30 to 4:30 at the Bethesda Marriott, we'll have a fan appreciation. So the fans can come out. They can talk to the players. We can kind of go over some of the old stories, some of the old rivalries.
Yeah.
I'm a co-captain in this with Bill Bates, who was the safety for the
number 40. We know him.
With the safety for Dallas.
And we don't like him.
You know what? And that's
do what you need to do.
I think as much as we'll be here this year and people don't like the Dallas, next year we'll be there.
Yeah.
And it'd be funny to get the same experience on opposite
I'm
side.
sure. I was in Dallas early this year. I did Tom Joyner's show for a couple of weeks. And so I was there for 2 weeks, man. And they kept telling me, you got to go see the stadium. I said, no, I don't. They're telling you, it's amazing. I said, I know. So you got to see it. Everybody goes, not me.
Good for you.
I'm not going.
Well, you a little bit more diehard than I am, but I would go see it.
Well, but you had to go into the old stadium.
Yeah.
You had to do that. Yeah. I don't have to.
There's a difference when you're getting paid and when you're not getting paid.
Right.
Things change. You go, I go see that stadium now. It's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
So,
if they paid me to go, I'll go.
Yes, sir.
Other than that, man, no, bro.
Well, you know what? It's it is a rivalry, and the rivalry was real. And you like to say it is real now. And sometimes you question because you got so many guys come from so many different teams. It's hard to understand that concept of this is the rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
But I grew up in Austin, Texas,
and
so there was some game days that we didn't eat because my family was diehard Dallas fans.
Yeah.
And if they lost, we didn't eat. So I'm a Cowboy fan.
Wow.
So
what about growing up? Who were you a fan of when you were a kid?
Too Tall Jones.
Yeah.
Too Tall Jones. And
Yeah.
I met him 2 years ago at the Super Bowl. And man, I was like a kid. Now I know how fans feel, right?
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, you're too tall. He's like, man, he's looking at me like, dude, get away from me. I'm like, man, you're the reason I started playing football. I'm tears in my eyes and stuff. So, it's just that's you got your fans, and he was a cool guy, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I met him like 20 years ago, man.
Yeah.
Real nice guy.
Yeah,
man.
and too tall. He lives up to the name. He's a big brother.
Oh, he
man.
is, no doubt.
And you could tell by the way I played, I was a pass rusher. I definitely would have been a defensive end. That was my goal. I just wasn't big enough to be a defensive end, but that's who I wanted to be like. And then Robert Newhouse with those big old thighs, you're like,
man.
oh man, that's what I wanted to be. So that's kind of cool.
Growing up a Cowboys fan and your family diehard Cowboys fans, when you became a Redskin, was that weird for you? And how did your obviously they're going to support you no matter what, but how did your family respond to that?
Well, the good thing, I didn't come directly from college to the Redskins.
Right.
I was with the Cardinals first. And that was kind of adjustment period for everybody. When I came here, my family was like, my dad, I love you, boy, but, I'm rooting for my boys, but I love you. I hope you have a good game. So, you get it, and hopefully you win it over because ultimately, at the end of the day, if I have a good game, even if we lose, he gets to get around the water cooler with his boys and say, "Yeah, that was my son." So try to have some fun with it. I mean, that's, name of the game. I mean, you have your teams that you root for, and we were definitely diehard Dallas fans. But once you come here, we've been here in this community. My boys grew up. We've been here over 20 years, and so this is home for us, and we're now official Redskin fans.
Yeah.
And so hopefully, with this golf tournament, I think this is trying to start a new tradition. It's the 15th is the fan appreciation day from 3:30 to 4:30
this Saturday.
and then the 16th is the day of the tournament. But we're trying to start a new tradition of a rivalry, whether it be football or golf, but this is a rivalry. I'm partnering with Pivotal Moments, and Pivotal Moments does work with mental illness and mental issues, and try to build programs for communities and young people. And so, that's becoming a bigger issue, a bigger topic. It's hard to describe what necessarily is mental issues. And so I think the more we can look and dig into it, the more we can help people when they're young, the more we can stop some of these things that are happening now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
big issues.
Yeah. So fans can come out on Saturday, but they can't come out to the golf tournament.
Yeah, you know what? The first one we wanted to. This is kind of like the test one. We wanted to be a good event. We wanted to be a lot of competition, but we're trying to get everything in order. And so the next time around, the fans will actually be able to come out at the golf tournament.
Okay.
The first one though, we're going to have the fan appreciation so that they can come out. We'll have some question and answers with former Redskin players, former Cowboy players, and just kind of talk on old times.
Yeah. Who's some of the other players on the team?
So
do Skins first.
yeah, I should have this offhand, but right now, okay, I got Ricky Irvin's going to be there, and Lamar Washington. We got Darryl Green said he's going to be there.
Oh, is that right?
Which is definitely good. Mark Mosley's going to be there. So those are some of the Redskin fans, and then some of the Cowboy players.
Hold your booing till the end, please. Till he lists all the Cowboys.
Yeah.
No.
Well, Bill Bates, Flozell Adams, a big
Hotel.
offensive lineman, right? We have Steve Berline. We have
Killed us.
Billy Joe Dupree. Matt Vanderbeek. We have so those are some of the Dallas players, and I think it'd just be a good competition.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Everyone, even after you play football, you still kind of have that rivalry in your mind, and you want to beat the person next to you. So eventually we'll get to the point where this tournament will be like an NFL draft, where the fans get to draft the players, the teams that they want, where it's you'll have almost like a combine before the whole thing. So this is the first one. This is the inaugural golf tournament. We're working on some things, but it's going to be great, and we'll love to have everyone come out for the Fan Appreciation Day on the 15th.
Yeah, okay.
For clarity's sake, I don't want to throw a monkey wrench in here, but we're saying the 15th. The 15th is Sunday.
Yes.
So the fan appreciation is on Sunday.
Good.
Got it.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Sunday.
And you didn't
Yep.
throw a monkey wrench in there. I was,
Thank you, Tony.
I was adjusting to the game plan. You sent the receiver out wide, so I had to adjust to it. I'm good.
And if people want to go, what do they do?
So go to pivotal. I'm saying it. Help me.
Pivotal Moments?
.org, their website, and you can register there. You have all the information there,
Okay.
and you can go there and check it out. And we'll love to have anybody show up. Don't come vicious. I mean, it's a fun event. Don't come throwing stuff and get mad. Yeah,
I'll stay home.
I was going to say, you gotta stay home. But to have a good time and make some noise. Let's have some fun with this whole thing.
All right, cool. Well, man, it's good of you to come in.
Yeah, man. I got a mic in I'm start singing in a minute. You don't want me to sing, bro. You look the way like, yeah. Your brother ain't coming back.
Hey, maybe you got it. Maybe you are the one.
No.
Maybe
No.
Maybe I thought Carl Lewis was the one. That didn't work out.
I'm more like a Fergie.
All right. That's okay. Don't say it.
Let me go.
Well, let me ask you this real quick before I let you go. What do you think about the whole kneeling thing? What do you think about Colin Kaepernick? That situation where he can't seem to get a job.
So at one time, I was, I was like, man, you know what? I would stand. That would have been me. This is America. We stand, and this is the flag and what it symbolized. Not necessarily what it is, but what it symbolized. But then as I started, I had to do a speech on Black history, and I started looking at all the struggles that African Americans went through, and then understanding the reason why he took a knee. It wasn't as a disrespect. It was more of us saying, this is something that needs to take notice. And if by me kneeling, someone's going to take notice of some injustice, then it's not a bad thing. I think it became inflamed. And that's the problem with society, is that a lot of people inflame a certain thing, throw gasoline on the fire, president included, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so
he was a big part of that
after the president said what he said, I probably would have took a knee just because of, it's like you're insulting this whole group of guys who are out there trying to play this game. Now, everyone has their opinion, and I believe that sometimes you have to look at the ugliness in society, and also as well as the great things. America's a great country. Wouldn't trade it. I think it's we're at a great place, but we have a long way to go because there are a lot of things that could be worked on, and so sometimes you do need to have something that's going to be a spark that at least open up dialogue and conversation. And so that's kind of my view.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate that, man.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Ken Harvey, our guest.
I like the way you said it. Because I'm going to record it and then I'm going to play it to my wife tonight. I'll be like, hey, what do you want? Ken Harvey. I like
That's funny. Oh, thank you for coming
thank
in,
you,
brother.
man.
I
I
appreciate you.
That's good.
All right. Ken Harvey here on Magic 102.3 and 92.7.